Hello everyone, Torx here, going to be doing a mouse review, gaming mouse review, on this Logitech G500s. It's been a long time since I've had a video actually. No, I didn't forget about you guys, but I'm going to hopefully start making more videos. But anyway, this is an outstanding gaming mouse. I don't know for sure if it's still being made, but as of April 2014, you can still find quite a few of these new. On eBay, I saw them as low as like 43 bucks shipped new, and that's a really good price. I got this, it's actually a long story. Years ago, I got the Logitech G500, and then it broke after like a year, and then Logitech gave me a new one. It was like, okay, we can give you this new one, or we can give you the G500s. I was like, huh? So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take the G500s, and then this is how I got this one. So, yeah, it's been going pretty strong for a while now. I think it's been a year and a half or something. Still working fine. But yeah, it's a laser mouse, gaming laser, and it says gaming grade laser, yeah, whatever. And it's a corded mouse. You have this, special cord on here. The cord is, I think, 6.6, yeah, 6.6 feet or 2 meters long. It's a nylon braided cord. There we go. I'm looking at the information here. There's not a whole lot they really say, but it is a 9-button mouse. I think it's 8 buttons that actually have a function. This button right here is the hyper scrolling switch, which I'll get into in a second. You get your left click, your right click, and then you have this little side button right here. Put your thumbs right there, and it is easy to click. You can program that for something. Then you have this button and that button next to it. So usually these are forward and back. That's how they're pre-programmed when you get it. And then you have these two buttons. I think they're the DPI. I should get this more in frame. You have these two DPI changers. So this one, you can see an LED goes up, and then when you turn it down, it goes down. See that? Well, that's basically the DPI. It's how fast the cursor moves across the screen. It's the sensitivity. But of course you can program it to do something else. But these are kind of stock things. Yeah, and then you have a regular scroll. It's a good scroll, and it's kind of like more on the slippery side. You can still hear it, but if you let go of it, it continues just for like a fraction of a second. It's really slight. There's some like older mouses out there, like when you hit the scroll, it literally just, you can't flick it. It literally just stops. But yeah, it's easy I like the scroll here, and the button right here toggles the hyper scrolling. You can't really see or hear that very well, but it's constantly moving right now. I can feel it moving. So you can use that for something. I personally wouldn't use that for anything. I don't use it. But it's very smooth. Oh, so actually, no, that's not true. I do use it sometimes when there's a huge, giant page for whatever reason I'm on it. I just turn it on, and then it just scrolls down for me, and then I can stop it whenever I want. So it is actually very, very handy. This mouse kind of spoils you a little bit because it's got nice little features like that. It is ergonomic. It's not an ambidextrous mouse. It's got that little lump here. It's not crazy. Some of them go really, they're completely lopsided. This is a slight lopside. It would not be comfortable. You could hold it left hand too. There's still like a thought there for your thumb, and you just put your fingers over here. I think it would still work, but it's not really. I don't think it's meant for left-handed. It's more comfortable right-handed. I like the little designs there. I like the blue LEDs. The things that this differs from the G500, if you're wondering, not much. The way it looks, obviously, it's the same exact functions. All the buttons are the same. Everything's exactly the same, except you have blue LEDs instead of red LEDs, and then of course the design on here is different. I don't know which one I like better. I think I like the G500. It has almost like a pre-worn, like a stonewash looking finish on the plastic. I think it's cool. But this one's kind of got these cool, like, robot-y, alien, whatever you want to call it, kind of designs in here. It's kind of cool looking, whatever. But that's really it. They say and it is an upgrade. It's not just a redesign. There is, like, a better laser on it, everybody says. I don't know how to verify that exactly, but I hear it's true. So it's either the same exact thing as the G500, if not slightly better. So it is an upgrade if you if you can get these anymore. You can get them as of April 2014, but I'm not sure if they're still making them. I can't see it on Logitech's website really, but I guess there's still like a lot of them out there. It's just they're not like making it anymore. It doesn't mean they're not being sold anymore, but eventually you'll see them go out of stock. So, but anyway, there's also the weights here. There's a little button right here. Oh, why am I doing that? There's an eject button right there. These are your weights. Basically, the weights don't come in it. It comes with it in this little tin. Alright, these all say 1.7 grams, and these are the 4.5 grams. I have it loaded up all the way with all the 4.5 grams. You can use combinations of these. You can load this up this is basically just a hunk of plastic that holds the weights. Okay, So you can put as many weights as you want, any combination you want. I put all the heaviest ones, I made as heavy as possible, because heavier, I feel, is a lot better, with especially a corded mouse. I don't know about wireless mouses, but I know with a corded mouse, heavier is better, because when it's lighter, the mouse kind of tends to fight you a little bit, because the cord kind of tugs on it very slightly, and if it's light, and if you're playing a game or something, it kind of just, it moves up on its own. I don't know if you notice that at all, but it does sometimes. Having more weight helps a lot. It's a lot more smoother. I like the little flat pegs they have here. It's really smooth. I use the actual mouse pad. The laser eventually will kind of burn the surface, I suppose, unless I'm getting that wrong, unless that's an optical mouse. But either way, yeah, it's really smooth. You don't need a mouse pad. I would definitely get one, obviously, but it is very smooth without one. The clicking's fine, except on mine, the right click seems more stiff than the left click. I don't know why that is. I think it's my mouse alone, because I asked questions about it. I asked Logitech about it. I asked people on forums a long time ago. They said, yeah, mine doesn't have that problem. You probably have a bad one. And funny story, I tried to get a new G500s. Logitech has amazing customer service. I tried to get a new one from them, and they believed me and everything. I sent them the serial number, everything, all that information. And they're like, okay, now we just need, here's our new policy. Like, ever since a couple years ago, they started doing this. It's like, oh, we need you to give us the receipt from where you bought this from online. And again, if you paid attention at the beginning, I bought the G500 maybe like 3 years ago or something, and then I got a new one through the G500 having a breaking problem. I think like the click, like the left click didn't work very right anymore. I forget what happened exactly. It was a software issue, or firmware issue. But yeah, and I didn't have a receipt anymore for the G500s, and so they basically just didn't give me a new one. But I've had good. I've bought the G500 years ago, so whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But eventually I'll get a new one. But yeah, it's a pretty amazing mouse. I'll just get a new mouse some other day. But it's not that big of a deal. Most people, again, nobody really has this right click slightly stiffer than left click issue. It's so slight. It's not a big a deal. But sometimes I notice it. But anyway, I probably shouldn't have said that, because that's just my problem here. There's no software issues at all. It's just a physical mouse is slightly stiffer. I could probably open it up and bend it slightly, and that'll fix it. I'm not even gonna bother. Whatever. I'll just, who cares? But other than that, for my mouse specifically, I know nobody else seems to really have that problem. It's a great mouse, great gaming mouse, great casual mouse. I like how it's corded. I've always had bad experiences with the wireless mouses. For some reason, they always take double A's and they drain them faster than they say they do. They always have little glitchy problems with the cursors moving all over the place. I think I'm going to say mouses, not mice. I think it's mouses when you're talking about a computer mouse. But anyway, corded mouses, I think, are superior to the wireless ones, especially in gaming. Casual use, wireless is always, it's definitely better. I think corded's always better. It's kind of like saying Wi-Fi versus Ethernet cables. Ethernet's always going to beat Wi-Fi, but it doesn't mean you can't get Wi-Fi that's as fast as Ethernet or very, very close to it. It's kind of the same thing. It's just slightly more reliable with a wire. It's slightly better, and plus, again, with the weights there, you don't have the cable fighting you, really, so I happen to really like it. It would be cool if they offered a wireless version of this, if that was your thing. Yeah, that's totally fine, but whatever. And by the way, you can just eject the weights and not even use them at all if you wanted, but if you can kind of see, it tugs it. See that? You're witnessing it right now. It's when the mouse is lighter, it kind of gets tugged and pushed back up very easily. But with a weight, it's a lot less. See that? It's tugging down here because the wire's all the way down there, but yeah. So that's basically it. It's a very ergonomic, very functional mouse. There's the software that comes with it. It kind of changes over time, but you can program all the little buttons here. They don't do anything out of the box except, again, back and forward when you're in a browser or something, or in your Windows Explorer, and I think these do work for the Mac as well. I don't know. It doesn't say, but it works for Vista 7 and 8, or for Windows, and most likely it does work for the Mac. And yeah, you can program the buttons. I usually use this button for a reload, like in Team Fortress or Battlefield 3, all those games I play. I use that for reload. It is really, really good. This left and right sometimes I use for weapon switching. I don't really use them that much because I have a keyboard too, remember, but I like using that for the reload. And then you use this to change its sensitivity, and you can change how much the sensitivity is on each level. You can go up to 5 levels, even though there's only 3 LEDs. It might get a little confusing there, but you can. That's helpful for some games, like when you go on a turret or something, then your sensitivity slows down in the game. Well, you can speed it up by doing that, and then it might help a little bit. I don't know, that's just an idea I thought of. I haven't used it that way, but I've heard other people do. I think it's great. So overall, it's an excellent mouse for like 45 bucks, sub $50. You might be seeing it less and less. It might be harder to find. Kind of a longer video. I wanted to make that shorter, but I think I got quite a bit of information there. So if you're going for it, definitely go for it. Or if somehow you find the G500, go over that one. It's pretty much the exact same thing. There's just slightly different design differences, but it's an outstanding mouse. One of my favorites, or my favorite that I've tried so far anyway. So yeah, that's it.